Hello again, Dominic Trophy, and welcome to another video. And this one's going to be something video game related, but it's going to be something about Nintendo. Now, this is a topic I've been wanting to talk about for a while, and it's actually concerning, about Nintendo's current generation system, the Switch, which we all know is Nintendo's 9th generation game console, which started the newest generation back in March this year. And this video is just going to be about me giving my thoughts of the console and, what I think about stuff. Now, before I start, I was going to say that I do not own a Nintendo Switch, so I've never tried one out, so obviously this is just going to be about my thoughts about what I think of the console and, overall and what I'd like to see in the future. So anyway, the Nintendo Switch, my thoughts of the Nintendo Switch is I like the idea of it. I think the idea of it is really, really good. And I've always thought about that ever since the console was shown off. But my thoughts about the console, when it was announced 2 years ago as the Nintendo NX, were kind of different. Now, I was looking forward to Nintendo's next generation console once it was announced. And we were just waiting until all the rumours went away. About, it's going to come out late 2016, it's going to come out 2016, might be coming out 2017, blah, 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 all that sort of stuff. And my thoughts about it were very concerning. And I think the reason being was because of the way the Wii U had gone. Now, the Wii U, if you've watched a lot of my videos, is actually my all-time favourite game console. I love it to bits. I think the ideas and the concepts were really, really good, but they just didn't get out there, you know what I mean? And I definitely can see that the transition from the Wii U to the Switch, which basically is the Nintendo Switch, is that you can play the game either as a portable device or as a home device. You know what I mean? With the Wii U, obviously you got the gamepad, and you can play the entire game on the gamepad itself, via off-TV play, or you can use a television to play it, which is a great idea. But the problem with that is you had to be near the console, and if you went away from the console, it would lose connection, and you just couldn't play it. So you'd have to be literally near the television, near the console, and that was kind of a limited thing with it. Whereas the Nintendo Switch, you don't have that, limitation. If you've got it in the dock, playing on the screen, you can put the controls on them. You can take the actual console out, the piece of hardware, and you can play away. You couldn't do that with the Wii U because you had to be connected, with it all the time. But the difference with that is the gamepad is a controller with the console itself, whereas the Nintendo Switch is, if you think about the actual hardware console, you know what I mean? And ever since it's been out, I started to become a lot more positive about it, even though I started to become I was still a bit negative. And once a lot of companies, even third parties, started praising it, that really lifted up my my positive force from, wow, this is really, really good. And from that point, I remember thinking, wow, I'm wrong, for saying that. Because I remember thinking, the way the Wii U went, third parties are going to drop the thing, it's not going to be supported and stuff. But there actually are a lot of third parties that are saying, do you know what, I might try Nintendo again. I'm starting to feel a little bit of positivity. I know the Wii U kind of didn't go that well, but do you know what, I'm going to try out the Switch. And that is great to hear, you know what I mean? Because there are so many games coming out for the Switch that were never on Wii U, and you'd always think, that should have been on Wii U, Obviously, as I said before, Elder Scrolls V Skyrim's coming to it. We're getting Resident Evil Revelations 1 and 2. The first one was on the Wii U, and even the 3DS, and the second one was not on a Nintendo platform until the Switch. I know there's L.A. Noire, is it? Or Noir, something like that. The Rockstar game, yeah, a AAA mature Rockstar game is coming to the Nintendo Switch. I know there was Bully and everything, you know what I mean? I know there was Bully on the Nintendo Wii. You had the table tennis game from them as well, but there was nothing on them. You know what I mean? For the Wii U, there were rumours about that they tried Grand Theft Auto 5, that it was they made a prototype of the Wii for the Wii U. And it didn't work because they didn't, you know, weren't able to get everything on it, you know what I mean? Or that's the thing. And it's making me feel a lot more positive about it, and I think I definitely will be getting one sometime. Obviously, I still don't own one. I will look forward to when I do try it out. I think the whole idea of the whole playing it on screen, you can play it portable, is great. I think it is great to play, like, to have like a AAA next generation console that you can play on the go, you know what I mean? I think that's just an amazing idea. And it has become a lot more positive because there were so many people literally posting on social media about, I got my Nintendo Switch, I got Zelda, I got my Nintendo Switch, I can't wait for this. When the Wii U came out, you had none of that, you know what I mean? That was the thing about it. And it kind of makes like the Wii U look bad, you know what I mean? But it's not a bad console, it's just a lot of people weren't really bothered about it. But one thing that is good is that a lot of people starting to see Nintendo as, wow, you know, Nintendo's back. That's how people see Nintendo, because they don't know about the Wii U, and they just think everything between that is blank. They think, oh, the Wii was their current console, and then you got a Switch. That's not the way it was, you know what I mean? And I'm glad to see it's selling really, really well, and so many great games coming out for it. I think, obviously, you know, Splatoon 2's done well, you know, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is doing well, and there are a few that are, you know, coming out, like, for example, Metroid Prime 4's coming out next year. Pokémon Tournament DX is coming out as well, and I think that'll be really, really good as well. Even though I do have the Wii U version. And there's so much that's exciting people, and I think that's a good thing. I think Nintendo's exciting people, whereas with the Wii U, it's kind of like, yeah, you know what I mean? That's how people saw Nintendo during the Wii U era. Even though, again, I like the consoles so much, you know. As I said, AAA, but there was a lot of AAA stuff on there at first, and then after a while it was going away. But there's so much great exclusives that made the Wii U absolutely amazing, as well as the eShop and the Virtual Console alongside its backwards compatibility. Now, the one thing that is good with the Wii U, sorry, the Switch, is that it is getting a lot of the Wii U games re-released for the Switch, which is a good thing, because it doesn't let those games die out on the Wii U that a lot of people might not know. And I know a lot of people might say, well, Dominic, they're just remakes, just remasters. But the thing is, you think about it, those games are continuing on for a second life. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people might say, oh, well, I want Mario Kart 9 instead, you know what I mean? But Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, you know what I mean? Pokémon Tournament DX, they are getting new homes on the Switch, on Nintendo's newest generation console. And that is a good thing. It lets people who may have not owned a Wii U try out these games. Wow, Mario Kart 8, you know, wow, you know, a new one. You know, oh, Pokémon Tournament, you know what I mean? A Pokémon fighting game that looks really, really good, you know what I mean? I'll definitely get that. The new Metroid's coming out next year. FIFA 18, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? All these great games. And this is one thing that I like about it. And it's great that, you know, it's getting people excited, you know what I mean? I think, like, for example, the new FIFA, I think it will really, really sell well, you know what I mean? And that is a good thing. Because before, you know what I mean, and it's sad to say this, the Wii U only had one FIFA game, and that was FIFA 13. And that came out late 2012. That long. The last time that a Nintendo platform got a FIFA game was FIFA 15, and that was on both the Wii and the 3DS, you know what I mean? I know you can play the Wii version on the Wii U, but, you know what I mean? They were made for made for Wii and 3DS, and that was it, you know what I mean, for Nintendo. And that's just the way it goes. And I quite like that the new one's coming. The new WW wrestling game, that's coming to the Wii U as well, you know what I mean? Which is really, really good. And honestly, if I had a Nintendo Switch, I would buy FIFA on there, because to me personally, not hurting anyone, again, you know, this is my feelings, but I prefer to play FIFA on the Nintendo platform. Even though I'm not really a sports fan, I do prefer to play him on the Nintendo platform. That's just me personally, you know what I mean? And I think it'll be great to play it on the screen, on, you know, at home, on the television, and on the go, you know what I mean? This is going to excite people. And I definitely will look forward to getting one and stuff. I know one thing that annoyed a lot of people is it's got no backwards compatibility with Wii U games, but you can't really fit a disk drive in there, you know what I mean? You can't really fit a disk drive in there. But I think it will do really, really well. I hope that they do bring Virtual Console very soon. I know that Nintendo's got a new Nintendo Direct coming, which will be good to see. I think it really, really will. For us in the UK, it's at midnight, so I probably might do a thoughts about that tomorrow, if you are interested about that. But whenever Virtual Console comes, it will be really, really good, because it's been so long, you know what I mean? Because it's been, I think now, 6 months. You know, it took 6 months for the Wii U to get its Virtual Console. It took a few months for the 3DS to get it. The Wii had it from launch. And I think once it comes, it will excite people. It really, really will. And I think get all the Virtual Console support that was on the Wii U, the Wii U, the 3DS, the new 3DS if you want. Cram all that in. Jam-pack it on the Nintendo Switch. So much great stuff. Do not keep bottle feeding and dripping it, you know what I mean? Because that was one thing that really hurt the Wii U. Because they released so much and then nothing for a few months, you know what I mean? 3DS had that. The last 3DS Virtual Console release was the Pokemon Red, Blue and Yellow. And they're getting the new ones this month, next week. That'd be really, really good as well, you know what I mean? As long as they give the Switch great games and great support, it will make it absolutely, amazing. I think there's been so much with the indie scene, with the eShop. Third parties are making good stuff for it as well. It'll be interesting to see if Grand Theft Auto 5 is ported over, you know what I mean? I think one thing that does worry a lot of people are the games that are ported over. Because a lot of people might think they're just like PS3 and 360 versions on the Switch. Which, there might be. But if this sells well, this could be the Wii all over again. Where the Wii's getting games from the PS2 and the Xbox, and even the GameCube, over to the Wii. This could be the same thing where there's so many games that are released on the PlayStation 3 and the 360 that might have not been, played in years, give a new life on the Nintendo Switch. If Grand Theft Auto 5 comes to the Wii U, the Switch, it will make a lot of people excited. Do you know how long it's been since Grand Theft Auto was on a Nintendo platform? I think around like 2009, 2010 with Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars. It's been a long, long time. Get the third-party support on there, and I think it will do. I think it will do really, really well. And I will look forward to buying the system when I eventually get one. I've heard so much great stuff about it. And I please Nintendo, and I think they will do really, really well. And it's great to see them looking up, you know what I mean? And I think a lot of people will basically wipe the stains of the Wii U era, even though there's a lot of great games on that console. So yeah, I think overall, I think it'll be great to see what happens to the Nintendo Switch, especially in its rest of the first year. You know what I mean? It's just going so quick. And yeah, that's just my thoughts over that overall. So I just want to say, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And I'd love to hear what your thoughts about the Nintendo Switch are. I'd love to hear what you think about them. So I just want to say, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye!